And that kazoo was not for Otto. It was for the scumbag AD at Texas Tech. Let me be clear. Jeremy Otto's a beautiful man. You're laughing. You knew that wasn't about Otto.
I know. I'm just like, I'm sorry, Otto.
I have something I want to do for you. Because I am a man of service. I want to add to something. I was a little dismissive, which I am prone to be sometimes. And I want to apologize. Because you were attacking the Sorsby thing from a different angle. My outrage is just rules are rules. Let's have some rules and call it a day. You, along with Cookies, have had a different tact, which is the whole sanctity of the game, the integrity. How do I trust these results? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I think once we legalize gambling, everything gets called into question. But I've discovered something, and I feel like I owed you this. Okay. This is your moment in the sun, big dog. And it's not UFO news, and it's not the announcement of another god-awful Marvel movie, which is more your lane.
There's actually one coming out, but go ahead.
Who cares? I have discovered something by way of Yahoo. And I want to read this to you because, and this will probably be the last I bring up of this. I'm upset. The only story I like better than Sorsby is Club Rossini. It's the only story I like better. So there are 3 notes. I want to give you the 2 easy ones before we move forward. It is official, and you're starting to see people write about it. The Big 12 could rule Texas Tech ineligible, okay? Including from their championship game, whatever the hell they play. They could also, in a uniform manner, refuse to play them. But the biggest thing, and you didn't see it when U of M was doing it, and you won't see it here because they're a collection of feckless, spineless losers that are essentially just the whores of the TV network. The CFP, good old Chuckles Baker's little boys club, the CFP could make an announcement today. If Brendan Sorsby is playing at Texas Tech, they are not eligible for the playoff. Period. It could be a one-line statement.
Yeah.
No, they could do that. They could. They can.
They could.
They should.
And this is how I feel about it.
Got it. So
that was funny.
That
was, wait, the CFP will step in and say, no, you know what? You can do whatever you want. We will now allow you into the college football playoffs.
I brought it up not as something that will happen, but just to show you the absurdity when something doesn't.
Right.
To act like, well, the NCAA couldn't stop them, no one can. That's a lie. There are multi-layered protocols in place. Your conference can handle it. The CFP could handle it. Okay. But the real gift I had for you, and the real reason this is such a fascinating topic, is, besides the fact, and as Yahoo put it, Sorsby gambled on sports since 2022 with Indiana and through 2 seasons at Cincy. Bet on various sports, including college football. He knew every single time he placed a bet it was wrong and it was jeopardizing his eligibility. You know how I know that? Because he admitted to it.
Right.
And he argued they were part of a mental disorder. Now think about this. Cincinnati knew he was gambling before last season. Another school ought to be launched in the sun. But this is the Rico beard part of this, all right? This is your sprinkles for your little Sunday. We're going to take it back to Dairy Queen when they used to make the sundaes in the little baseball hats, okay? We'll get you a Mickey Tettleton sundae.
Oh.
Here we go. Cincinnati in its past 2 years, with Sorsby as its starting quarterback, they played 8 games in the month of November over 2 years. Do you know what the record was in those games?
In the month of November?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they weren't good.
How about 0-8?
Okay.
They were 5-2 in 24 before losing 5 straight, and they were 7-1 last year before losing 4 straight. But wait, there's more. Well, the schedule must have gotten really tough, right? Wrong. Of the 8 games, only 2 were against ranked opponents. All were Big 12 games. Sorsby had 10 touchdowns and 7 picks. In all the other games, in 24 and 25. He had 35 TDs and 5 INTs. 35 and 5, 10 and 7. But wait, there's more. Sorsby also had 4 fumbles lost over the past 2 Novembers. That pushed his turnover total to 11 in 8 games. There were 3 one-possession losses. 2 of those. And we have the Carfax. Against Arizona, they were a 5.5-point favorite. The devil's number. 5.5-point favorite against Arizona, okay, in 2025. The over was 56.5. The teams combined for 54 points in a 30-24 Arizona win. Sorsby, 2 interceptions. One was on the first play of the game on his own 25, and another in the second quarter on his own 30. Those 2 turnovers led to 10 Arizona points. The other game, Cincy was a 5.5-point favorite against West Virginia. Total was 54.5. Teams combined for 55 points in a stunning 31-24 West Virginia win. Sorsby threw a pick 6, threw a fumbled backward pass return for a touchdown, and had another fumble that led to a West Virginia field goal. As Yahoo writes, do these oddly consistent circumstances mean Sorsby was shaving points or manipulating the game? No one knows, and that's the point. So to bring it full circle to something that I was unfair to you about, the point you're making, I'm simply adding contextual evidence to where now anything this kid does if he plays this year, you already have people mining the results and looking for oddities. You were 35 and 5, you're 10 and 7. You never turn it over. Whiz bang pow, backwards fumble off ball sack, touchdown.
Right. 17 interceptions, 4 fumbles. And it's like, what was the thing about November? Because I saw that article. I'm like, why are you 0-8 in November? Like, did you have a gigantic Christmas list and you got to get money for presents? Like, why November, all of a sudden?
What if he had gotten himself in the hole and needed to dig out? I don't know.
It could have been.
The point I'm making is you had a different angle to this story. And I saw this and I go, I owe this to Rico. This is my church offering. This is the envelope when David's bringing around the incense from the priest. So look, I wanted to bring this up 2 ways. A, do you accept that this is going to be, if he plays, every game he plays, to Rico's point? You're questioning all of this.
Oh, yeah.
But 2, isn't it as simple as the CFP saying no? That's it.
Michael, as we like to say, both things can be true.
Okay,
here you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Great research. Yeah, I read that and I was just baffled. The same, like, dude, what is it with you in November that you all of a sudden just suck? Like, I don't understand, but you're right. Maybe you're in big with whoever and you got to recover those losses.
And if he was logging into someone else's account with someone else's credentials, what would stop him from simply giving information to someone else and having a bet placed? Look, you go, well, it's not fair to ask those questions. You know what? It's also not fair to bet on college football when you play college football. Well, you did this to yourself.
Well, yes, the CFP could just end this thing right here. Texas Tech could end this thing.
And the Big 12
could also end
this thing. But the Big 12
thing.
wouldn't even have to be the villain. The CFP could be the bad guy from a distance.
Let me get to that in a second.
Okay.
But this is why I said, Mike, I don't know if this kid even finishes the year. Because at Texas Tech, with everything on the line, and they're trying to win a national title, and all of a sudden he has a 2-game losing streak where he has thrown 5 picks and fumbled the ball, they will run him out of town. The same people who are supporting him right now saying, oh, no, give this kid a chance, get this bum out of here. He's a crook, he's a cheater, and I never wanted him here. That's what they'll be saying. Now, as far as the other, for the Big 12 to do this, I would applaud them because that's your best chance at winning a national title is Texas Tech.
Yeah.
You would be cutting yourself off at the knees. It's about money. If they did that, then that means that, you know what? There's a slimmer of integrity and hope in college football.
But how about
if
this?
The Big 12 actually did.
You could ban them as long as Sorsby's on the roster. Get Sorsby gone, you're back in. You're simply leveraging. I want to know from you guys, when I read you about those two very odd games, and I gave you the November stuff, does that make you believe more of what Rico was saying the other day? It's just the last piece of this Sorsby story we wanted to start with. Because here's the other thing, and again, I want to be very clear when I say this. We did a little bit of Tiger talk yesterday. What I am not going to do is referendum radio every time they win an effing baseball game. It's great they're winning. It's great that they're still in last, but only 8.5 out. It's great they're facing the Twins, and they've got a guy I've never heard of on the mound tonight. This is all good. But we cannot do every day whiz bang pow boner pills. Tigers won a game. They've dug a deep hole. We're going to do our level best to make them a part of the show, but they owe to themselves and to you, the fans. They got to do a lot more winning. Get me into the Cleveland series.
Yeah.
Show me what you do there. You know what I'm saying? So there are just other things I'm more interested in, okay?
No, yeah, you're right. And also try to get the rights to maybe some playoff series or something that you could play during rain delays so I can be entertained.
Oh, dear.
That's just a personal thing.
Okay. 248-539-9797. I want to know, A, isn't it as simple as the CFP just saying, look, you're not allowed to be in the playoff. If Sorsby's your QB, you're not allowed, period. Second of all, a couple of the results that have been farmed out, they do make you ask some questions, right? Isn't that enough to justify the rule that you cannot bet? I don't care what disorder you have. I don't care what you claim. By betting, you call into question the integrity of everything you've done or will go on to do.
Yes, it is no different, Mike. If in a court system you find out that a cop or a judge was crooked, every case that they've done goes back and you say, well, maybe this is why you did that, maybe that. This kid would have to be Joe Burrow. That's too much pressure to be under. I would simply say, for your own sake, Brendan, you don't want to do this because you can't throw a pick ever. And even the games that you can throw a pick, you're not playing against Abilene Christian. You'll be allowed to do that.
Heaven help you throw a pick six on the first play of the game like you did at Cincy in one of these games.
Yes.
You know what people are going to do.
No, or even worse, you throw a pick on the final play of the game, and there's a guy wide
I'll tell you
open.
this. Here's the other thing I'd do. If I were Las Vegas or U.S. Integrity, I'd do what they used to do to UNLV basketball. I'd take them off the board. Nobody should be able to bet a Texas Tech game.
You almost have to.
Can't trust it. We'll get to the people. And David, I want to hear what you have to say about it. But it was the last
Good
piece.
stats.
I wanted to
I read that article and I was just like,
yeah. I thought of you. I did.